What's up, Commanders fans? We are back with the live pregame show. Mike, we got the Buffalo Bills today in DC. It's time to go to war. How you feeling today?
Man, I am feeling rushed right now. I was working this morning. I went in the office from 7 to 11. I pulled over to the side of the road, brought my equipment with me so we can get it popping. And yeah, I'm ready to go, bro. Let's talk about this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Josh Harris about that, making you work on a Sunday like this. We got to get that worked out. So, you know, hey, look, look. I still have on the Redskins shirt. I know it's a little taboo, but the reason I'm wearing this today is the last time this franchise beat Buffalo, we were the Washington Redskins. Okay. That was 2015. It's been
Mm-hmm.
8 years since we beat the Buffalo Bills. The score was 35-25, December 20th, 2015. Mike, do you know who the leading passer for the Buffalo Bills was that day?
I'm gonna go with Fitzgerald or Tyrod Taylor.
Yes, Tyrod Taylor was the leading passer for the Buffalo Bills the last time we beat them. Who was their leading rusher that day?
Ooh, uh,
I'll give you rusher
dang,
or receiver. Who was it?
was Jackson still there?
I'm not giving you hints. You got to just tell me.
I can't. Freddie Jackson? No, that was the receiver.
Time's
Dang,
up.
I can't.
Mike Gillisley. You remember that guy? He had
Ooh, no.
four rushes for 81 yards the last time we beat Buffalo. That was it. So, Kirk Cousins was the leading passer for the Skins. Alfred Morris was the leading rusher. Deshaun Jackson was the leading receiver. He had 153 yards against the Bills the last time we beat them. Now, welcome to everybody on live. Welcome to all the folks that will watch this on replay. We are going to get you ready for this game against Buffalo. Last week on our pregame show, we were both overly optimistic, not overly, but just really optimistic about our chances against Denver. I feel good again today, Mike. I don't know about you, but how do you feel about this game?
I'm not feeling it, bro. I'm not feeling it. It's raining right now. I'm in PG County, as you can see outside of my car. The weather is kind of dreary. It feels exactly like the Cardinals game. I feel like we're going to start out kind of slow too. And you can't do that against a team like Buffalo. And that's what concerns me the most, more than anything about this game.
But isn't that the kind of game that you need against the Buffalo Bills, right? Take a little air out of the football, right? Grind it out, keep it on the ground. Like James Cook is a real good running back for Buffalo, but I'd rather him have to win a game than Josh Allen, wouldn't you?
I hear you. I hear you, but I don't know. Maybe it's more about Buffalo's continuity. They've been together for a minute. They've been through the wars together. Not saying that Washington hasn't. They've been together for 4 years, so it's not like they just came together. But Buffalo has been successful during their time. So I'm leaning towards Buffalo, but I mean, it's not like I think we're going to get stumped or anything. I think we have just as good a shot at beating Buffalo as any other team in the league, and that's including the Chiefs or the Eagles, Cowboys, or whoever. So it's not like I think we're going to be beaten soundly. It's just they've been doing it better for us for a while, and I need us to show us. When I say us, the fans, show us that y'all here. Show us that you are here to be one among the elites. If you're really ready to stop playing around, today is a good day to show us.
No, that's a fact because nobody expected the Cardinals to be good, and they're not. Nobody expected a lot out of the Broncos. People thought they'd be better, but nobody really expected them to be in Super Bowl contention. The Buffalo Bills are a team that are fully expected to be in that Super Bowl fight when it comes to AFC championship games, deep in the playoffs, deep playoff runs, etc. That's what people are expecting from Buffalo. So this game is the test so far this season. Dale says Bills 31, Commanders 23. Come on, Dale. Offensive line is going to struggle, he says. Defense will spend too much time on the field. I feel like Mike agrees with you based on how he came on this podcast. You agree with that, Mike?
Yeah, I would say so. Well, maybe not the score, but what did he say the score was again?
31-23 Buffalo. That's what Dale says.
Oh shoot, that is the score. I had the same exact score.
I told you. See, and look, I got some friends in Buffalo. Shout out to Andy. Uh, I know he's rooting for his team, but he also keeps an eye on this podcast. That's my dude. Shout out to Andy. Inactives for today: KJ Henry, Trent Scott, Chris Paul, Curtis Hodges, Logan Thomas, Mitchell Tinsley. So it looks like it's going to be the Cole Turner, John Bates show at tight end. How do you feel about those two guys going today? We can't hear you, Mike. You're muted up on us. What I
Oh, my
think you're
bad.
saying is, oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying with Cole, I feel good about the tight ends. It's not that John Bates is dynamic or anything. He's a strong blocker and a good, decent catcher. But where he lacks in explosion, Cole Turner makes up for that. So if we do run dual tight ends today, I don't think of course I would rather have Logan Thomas, but Bates and Turner, I'm cool with them. Sound like a cop buddy movie or something. Turner and Bates. Let's go.
So Mike, answer this question for me. The Commanders will win if
They limit the explosive plays. If Washington wants to be among the elites, they have to play like elite teams. The elite unit on this team is the defense. For years, they've been I would say not years, but the last 4 years, they've been among the top 10, top 5 defenses in the league. But every now and then they just give up that explosive play that just stops the team from, locking the offense down. Like, think about it. The Cardinals game, explosive plays. Last week, we almost lost because of explosive plays from the given up by the defense. So if they could find a way to eliminate those, they'll be fine. They'll be fine, and they maybe be able to pull off the upset. But just know, like Josh Allen, he's going to get something. So you can't give him more by allowing more explosive plays. Like, limit those 20-yard plays or whatever, and more. That'll most likely lead to a win if they can do that. Because I don't think the talent is the gap that the national media makes it seem. The talent is kind of even, in my opinion. But like I said, edge on the Buffalo, but Washington can definitely still win for sure.
So I'm going to answer my own question. Washington will win if we limit James Conner. You can't give it up both ways. That's how you lose football games in the NFL.
James Conner, you mean Cook?
James Cook. I'm glad you corrected me. James Cook, right? Thank you. So yeah. Josh Allen's going to get off. He's going to do what he does. But one thing Josh Allen has not been doing this year, and listen to me, everybody watching, he has not been running the football this year like he has been in years past. We don't want this the week that he starts to do that. We can't afford that either. But if James Cook is contained in the backfield and Josh Allen has to beat us with just throwing the football, you already know he's going to turn the ball over if he has to do that. If he's got to drop back and throw 40 times because they can't move the football on the ground. That lets our defensive ends and our pass rushers pin their ears back. The game's in the bag if we do that, right? I mean, we can't lose like that. But if we let them start getting, on the ground, they're getting 20 yards of play, 10 yards of carry, this, that, and the third, then we got to defend both avenues on the defense. And I don't like that too much. That makes me nervous. Our guy, Bruce Glass, says, Commanders surprised the football world today and win by 10 plus. Let's go, Bruce. Let's go, Bruce. Bruce feels good this morning. I think we got this. It's feeling good today. I'm going to give you the inactive Bills. Damar Hamlin is inactive. Kyer Elam is inactive. He's a cornerback. Jermaine, the guard, is inactive. Alec Anderson for the Bills is inactive. And Poona Ford, their defensive tackle, is also inactive. So go ahead, Mike.
I'm gonna tell you this. Remember last week, for those that watched, I went into the game expecting Terry McLaurin not to do anything. Like, you even asked me, what do we expect from Terry today? I said, not a thing. Like, nothing. And what did he do? He went in there and showed us why he's that man, showed us why he's a top 10 receiver. So All I'm saying is I want the team to do the same thing. Just because I'm expecting them to lose, don't mean that I don't want them to shut me up. I was down like blushing last week because Terry McLaurin scored that touchdown. Shut me up all the way. Do that, please.
Man, I tell you what, I mean, to me, Terry is matchup proof. I'm a fantasy football guy. He's matchup proof, man. As long as a quarterback looks his way, he's going to be able to do what he needs to do. So similar question this week, but not Terry. Brian Robinson had a breakout game last week. What do you think Brian Robinson is going to be able to do against the Bills so far, or this game?
I'm high on B-Rob, bro. I really am. I don't know if he rushes for 100, but if the offensive line can give him something today, we're going to see some exciting plays from B-Rob. Maybe not another screen. Like, even though I know Buffalo has been suspect against the screens, I just feel like Washington may not go to that well too much. But I do think he gets a couple of passes out the backfield. I'm going to go out on a limb. He trucks Milano. He trucks him. Okay. I'm going to say he trucks Milano, and we're going to see a couple of TikToks and reels and stories and Twitter videos or X videos. And, yeah, even though we might lose, but it's cool.
No, don't say, Mike. You got to look. Get out the rain, go in the house. I know it's doom and gloom outside, but go in the house, turn the lights on, feel good about it. You have a right to feel good about this. We are undefeated, 2-0, on our way to 3-0. I think, look, last time that we played the Bills, what did Antonio Gibson do? He hit 70 plus to the house, right? On the screen.
Yeah, on that screen, bro.
You never know. We might do that again, too. So AG had some good work last week. I want to see AG split outside more. That's the one component to the game that they haven't really shown yet. As we're starting to progress, maybe we see more and more of that, because to your sort of point on this, like, we've been fortunate to play in game. Well, no, that game against Denver was out of hand the first half, and then they brought it back. But Buffalo is not going to give you the lead back if they go up by that much. You understand? So we got to stay in it from the jump. So I expect to see a little bit more balance on offense. We can't afford turnovers, right? Because if we get into that turnover game, it's not going to be pretty. So I think Eric Bieniemy is going to recognize that. Try to play a little bit more conservative offensively, right? Try to move the ball on the ground a little bit more, commit to the rush a little bit more, not go through these phases where we have 14 passes to 2 rushes. I don't think we see that today. At least I hope we don't see that today, right? We don't want 3 and outs against Buffalo. You don't want turnovers and sacks against Buffalo. Every drive you have, you want to try to manufacture points, even if it's just a field goal, because they can put up points to you in a hurry. Don't let Gabe Davis get behind you. He's a one-trick pony. You know what he's there to do, right? But he's going to lull you to sleep, and then you wake up, and he's going over top of you for 88, 85, whatever, right? Pay attention to that. Our safety's got to be on alert. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry. No, I'm saying all the wrong names today. Derek Forrest likes to get aggressive. I love Derek Forrest, one of my favorite players on defense. Make sure keep an eye on Gabe Davis.
So let's pause on the secondary or the overall pass coverage for a second. I was thinking, like, when they run those twin tight end sets, we can match up with them from the tight ends and the receivers aspect. I love a secondary or a coverage unit of Forbes, St. Juice, Fuller, that's the cornerbacks, Curl and Forrest as the safeties, and Jamin Davis as a linebacker. Hopefully they play him more today. Like, I love those 6, and you can rush 5. You can use the I forgot the package, the 5D lineman package. Y'all
Cinco package, man. Cinco package.
Cinco, yes, Cinco. Idioto. So, you can use the Cinco package and drop those 6 in coverage, man. You gotta run zone against Buffalo, bruh. Everybody been saying it all week. You have to run zone, so don't expect them running too much man. So that's why I say those 6. You put those 6 in zone. You rush the 5 in the on the line. The defense can eat today. We know Buffalo is vulnerable at times. We saw it in week 1 against the Jets. Personally speaking, I don't think the Jets defense is that much better, if it is better than Washington. So I'm just saying, like I know I predicted us to lose LE. I get it. But I'm saying the path to victory is definitely there. Like I am
Yeah.
very intrigued. Like people been saying that all week, is this a measuring stick game? Heck yeah, it's a measuring stick game. Like I'm ready to see this. I can't wait. Like I'm sitting in the car in the rain, but I am lit for this game. Like absolutely lit for this game.
Let's go.
I'm hitting the eddies like right after I finish recording. Like I'm lit, bro. Let's get it.
Let's go. So let's see. Stephon Diggs is third in the league in receptions. He has 17 on the year. Puka Nacua is number one at 25. Who saw that coming? Diggs has 168 yards on the year, which I think is somewhere around top 15. Yeah, he's he's doing what Diggs does, right? He's going to hit you underneath. He's going to hit you down the field sometimes, and he's going to hit you in the middle of the field a lot. I fully expect that today. And so that's where, our safeties and our slot corners are going to be really busy today, right? And I think what we're going to see is them put Josh Allen on the move. They want to test our ends' ability to be disciplined and contained, because if we break contain on Josh Allen, it's curtains. It will be curtains early. I fully expect, though, this to be a competitive game. Sam Howell. Let's talk about Sam Howell for a second. National media is very high on Sam Howell. A lot of folks are high on Sam Howell, and rightfully so. The one thing, though, I'm going to say, and I know I'm going to get a lot of thumbs down here, is so far what we've seen is there's a half of football from Sam Howell where folks are blowing up on Twitter talking about bringing Brissett, or he's not the guy. You saw that last week against Denver, the first half when we were losing 20-3. What everybody say on Twitter? Oh, guys, he's not the guy. He's not the guy. And the second half, we're like, he's that dude, right? He's him, or whatever the kids say nowadays, right? What we need from Sam Howell is a complete game of football to put the questions to bed against a really good team like Buffalo. He might have to match Josh Allen 1-for-1. Some quarterbacks are just defense proof. Like you can put whatever defense you want, they're still going to find a way to get some, right? Maybe not all that they normally get, but they still going to get some. Josh Allen is one of those guys. He's going to put stats up on you. They're going to score. We're not going to shut out the Buffalo Bills. It's not going to happen. So Sam Howell's going to have to go match for match with Josh Allen as much as he can. That gets a little dangerous, right? So we don't want to fall down by multiple touchdowns to Buffalo. We want to stay in the game or be ahead as often as possible and then close it out late. That's what I want to see us do. Now, we start getting those turnovers, and it's another one of those halves where people are like, oh, Sam Howell's not that dude. Bring in Brissett, then we're probably not going to come out okay in this game where we were able to the first two games. So all I'm saying is Sam Howell has played really well in moments, and I want to see him play really well throughout the duration of the game to really establish himself as a, one of those just quality NFL passers and put the questions to bed, right? Because we've seen he has the aptitude and the ability to do it. He can play at a very high level, stay at a high level, start to finish, start at a high level, right? Keep it moving. Don't take those unnecessary risks. The batted balls could be an issue this week. He gets a lot of balls batted down. It is what it is. Move him so that those balls aren't going right into the defensive lineman's hands. Because sometimes Mikey's been real lucky so far. Those haven't popped up and turned into picks. You follow me? So I don't want to see that anymore. And let's, for God's sake, protect the quarterback. What do you got, Mike?
Two things about Howell real quick. You get a understanding now of why scouts and offensive personnel, whatever, prefer, not necessarily need, but prefer taller quarterbacks. Because you're absolutely right. Balls have been getting batted left and right. I think even in the Dallas game, matter of fact, on the interception, no, it wasn't a batted ball, it was a pressure. But anyway, he has to find those passing lanes. But I'm not going to put all that on him. I saw it on somebody's highlight. Maybe it was Logan Paulson. Or no, actually, it was the QB school. It was JT O'Sullivan. He got on the offensive lineman for not rushing the rusher to help keep their hands down. So the offensive lineman has to do better at helping Howell with the passing lanes. Other than that, the only thing I want to see from him today is just getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker. Everybody knows it, including him. So if he can get rid of the ball quicker, I expect a bit more explosive plays from Washington themselves. Like they're there. Like they're there. The Raiders took advantage of a few of Buffalo's vulnerabilities last week, so they're there for Howell if he can take care of his duties, take care of his objectives, and that's getting rid of the ball and also just stepping up in the pocket more. Like just try not to be Superman too much and rush escape the pocket. Just step up in the pocket, hit the checkdowns more. Just play a simple game of football.
Yeah. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Brian. And Brian hates it when I say this, but Brian, Hal tends to stop at the top of his drop, and that's where those edge rushers get to him a lot. Like you said, step up in the pocket, move into safe space, make a throw. It'll come. He's young. He's working on it, but you're going to want to see that today. Anybody on Buffalo's defense that scares you in particular?
I heard you announce the inactives. I noticed I didn't hear Floyd's name. So he's playing today.
Right. I'm going to have to check that one specifically, but he was not on their inactives list.
Okay, so he's playing today. He would be the biggest worry. Him and Ed Oliver. Not that Ed Oliver. But they'll be a handful. Of course, Milano. And honestly, bro, I haven't heard anyone mention anybody's name in Buffalo's secondary this week besides Hyde. I haven't had a chance to look at their depth chart, but I don't know any of Buffalo's cornerbacks.
Tre'Davious White, he had himself a season or two, a little while back. He was thought to be very good.
Chicago, I think.
Am I looking at the wrong depth chart? Are you sure? Let me check it out. It says there.
Bro, I thought Tre'Davious White signed in the offseason with Chicago.
Man, that's what ESPN said. Let me check because ESPN. No, he's there. He's there.
He's there?
Yep.
Oh, yep. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was somebody else for Chicago. I mean, for Buffalo that went to Chicago. But okay, that's literally the only corner I know for them, though. So
yeah,
hopefully that's not the case today. Hopefully I learn a few more names today because they can get McLaurin and Dotson.
Right. Will Diggs says, I have confidence in Sam to play well versus the Bills D. Look what he did facing Patrick Surtain and company. Protect Sam and he'll succeed. Indeed. If we can protect Sam, I think he'll distribute the ball the way that he needs to. If you're watching live, go ahead and dump your score predictions in the chat. I want to read those off as I can. Mike, give me your score prediction and outcome for today.
Yeah, like I think it was Dill that said it. Yeah, like my man Dill said. I'm feeling Buffalo 31, Washington 23. I think Josh Allen has a solid game. I don't think the defense gets worked, but 4 touchdowns and a field goal against Buffalo? That seems about par for the course for this defense, unfortunately. And it's not even, honestly, bro, I wish they can shut me up. It's not the defense that I'm concerned with. It's just this is just what happens with Washington. And I just need to see something different. Like, for example, remember when Washington played the Raiders on Sunday Night Football, I think in 2017?
Yeah.
Or maybe 16? I need that type of game against an elite team before I can feel more comfortable predicting Washington to play like the team we expect them to play or hope for them to play like. But until then, I'm always going to be pessimistic about them. I'm just being real.
New age, new team. I'm not going for that, Mike. John Boy says you're talking about Tremaine Edmonds that went to the Bears. Thank you, John Boy. You are 100% correct. Not Tre'Davious White. So shout out to John Boy. Black Rick says 27-23 Commanders. Shout out to Black Rick, man. He's right. We're going to win today, Mike. We are going to win today. And look, I am never Mr. Optimist. I'm Mr. Practical and Pragmatic, right? But I feel good about this like I felt good about the Broncos game last week. I'm telling you, I feel good. I'm going to give my score prediction in just 1 minute. Keep those rolling in the chat. I want to see them. Because I want to take a pulse of how Commanders fans are feeling this morning. If you guys feel as good as I do about this game in particular, who's going to be offensive MVP today, Mike?
B-Rob. Like I said earlier, I really feel like this is a B-Rob type of game. He's he said the more carries he gets, the more comfortable he gets. Buffalo, they have a nice defensive line, I'm sorry, but it's not really the biggest defensive line. Ed Oliver is a small defensive tackle compared to most. So I expect B-Rob to get off. He's gonna get close to 100. I don't know what's the under, I'm sorry, on them on DraftKings, but if it's like 50 yards, I'm taking the over. I think he has over 50 yards today.
Shout out to our sponsor, DraftKings, too, by the way. So Justin Batista says if the defense plays 4 quarters, we will win the game 28-24. I like it, Justin. I like it. He's right. If our defense comes together and puts together 4 quarters on the field, they didn't do that last week. And quite truthfully, they didn't do that week 1. So they got to bring it together all the way. Then we're in good shape, right? Let's see. Holt Lex Park says Commanders 17, Bills 3. He's a believer in this defense. If we hold the Bills to 3, we're going to go from like number 17 in the power rankings to number 1, like just like that. If we hold the Bills to 3, but shout out to Holt Lex Park. I got Neo 13 Suzor. I hope I said that right. Shout out to Neo 33-20 HTTC, baby. I like it. Our fans are feeling good today, and I'm with them. I'm right there with them. Keep those predictions coming in. Mike, who's our defensive MVP today?
Cam Curl, baby. Cam Curl. I'm feeling like this is a statement game for him. He's going to get an interception. I'm calling an interception for Curl. So I got Robinson, Truck, and Milano, and I got an interception for Curl.
And somehow I feel like you're over-indexing on Curl a little bit. I'm gonna say Jamin Davis, right? This is the Jamin Davis game. I'm talking about his first pick in the NFL. I'm talking about he's going to sack Josh Allen. I'm talking about he's going to force a fumble today, too. It's just like that. That's what I'm saying. Jamin Davis today is going to go bananas. That's my prediction. Oh, I'm going to tell you like this. Jamison Crowder is going to return the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Does he return? No, he didn't return kickoffs. I'm sorry. The first punt return he gets is going for a touchdown. That's what's going to happen. Let me walk it back a little bit. I'm getting a little carried away. Jamison Crowder is going to get a punt return for a touchdown. I don't care when it happens. A punt return for a touchdown. Jamison Crowder taking it to the house. This is the Jamison Crowder kind of game.
Did you do your prediction for the game yet? I don't remember hearing it.
I'm gonna give it to you right now. Don't rush. I'm ready. Okay. All right. I got this is a big game, right? And Eric Bieniemy and big games just go together like risotto and rice. That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna say it's gonna be we put 35 against the Broncos, and then what we put 20 against the Cardinals week 1. I'm gonna split the difference, right? And I'm gonna say it's gonna be 26 to 26-22. Commanders win. Buffalo drives late. Defense makes a play to win the game because we're here to make statements. There it is. Neo says Slim Reaper, player of the game. Okay, Neo. Black Rick says Josh Allen is about to be on the Forbes list. Okay. Let's go, Black Rick. See?
It's a lot of Forbes love late.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I just know I'm with y'all. Like after we finish recording, like the fan comes back out again. I just like to keep it real with everybody. That's all.
Yeah. If we win the toss, what do you think? You want ball first or we kicking first?
Kick it. I'd rather get the ball back at halftime. But this team has shown both weeks that they can, do a little something if they don't get the ball back at halftime. So hopefully we can win the coin toss today and kick the ball off. But if not, they're 2-0 so far, losing the coin toss. So it is what it is. I'm trying not to say coin toss.
What was that streak we had with the previous offensive coordinator who shall remain nameless, where we didn't score in an opening drive for like 33 years or something like that? It was crazy, but
Dang.
Yeah, that's over with now. We got the enemy. Jack Norris says, can't let Allen run the ball, make him pass. Jack, I'm right there with you. That is the key. Josh Allen has not been running the ball this year. Don't let him start today if you want to win the game. All right, Mike, we got to get out of here because we got some pregame food to make wherever you're going. Shout out to Eddie. Y'all can check out the Eddie and Mike podcast. They just dropped a new episode yesterday, I believe, right? Or was it Friday? I can't remember. I saw the alert. I'm gonna go in there and check it out. It's out there.
Man, it was just an article. It wasn't even a whole episode. Just me reading my article.
Well, hey, shout out to your work, man. That's your craft. We're gonna check it out. Go look up Eddie and Mike. They do all things DC sports, not just the Commanders, and they do a tremendous job. One of my favorites. Shout out to Brian and Eric. Brian's on the road today. He's normally with us for post game and stuff like that. He won't be here today, and Eric, we'll see him later on this afternoon. Everybody watching the stream, we thank you. We appreciate you. Go get your snack and your grub together for this game because it's going to be a fun one. Where can they find Mike's channel? Jack is asking. Tell Jack where they can find your channel.
Oh, I'm Mike from Southwest on Twitter at Mike from Southwest. And the channel is the Eddie and Mike DMV on YouTube. I'm not posting too much on YouTube right now, but we will be in the future. Until then, we're just strictly podcasts, and I write a little bit, and that's it. So for the podcast, that's everywhere. Eddie and Mike, you'll see us. And yeah, thanks for listening to us, and very grateful for being on The Classified. And let's get this W today, y'all. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, and you can find Declassified, Commanders Declassified specifically anywhere. We're on YouTube, Commanders Declassified. We're on all audio platforms. So we're on Twitter right now, right? We're live streaming. Shout out to everybody watching. Thanks for all the support. Man, this is going to be such a fun game because we are a different franchise now. Go enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Get to wherever you watch football, get around some friends, and hit often. I like that, Neo. That has to be our strategy today. Hit often. Shout out to everybody in the comments gang. We're out of here. I'm going to go get ready to watch this game. And we'll talk to you guys after we get this W. 3-0 Commanders coming right at you. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.